Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. It's WIP It Wednesday for Wednesday, January 15th, 2020. So if you want to see what I've been working on this week, please stay tuned. I don't really feel like I have a lot to share this week, but I'll go over some of the things that I worked on. Last week I did show my little bear. I made this from a pattern that I got on Etsy. At the time last week when I filmed, the legs weren't done. So I went ahead and finished the legs, and she's all finished now. This bear is called the nine-piece pattern. And I printed it in color, but my printer was close to being out of ink. This pattern is actually discontinued on the Etsy shop, but there are several other different names of patterns, and all of them seem to be equally accessible. So if you go to the Make a Memory Bear shop in Etsy, I saw that there's a pattern for beginners, and then there's several other patterns that you can choose from to purchase on that shop. I'll link the shop in the description, and they also have YouTube videos for each of the bears, so you can see a tutorial of her making the bears, which I think is really neat and pretty helpful. So I have this one's finally finished. For next week, I'm going to start another bear because somebody asked me to make one for them. So I'm going to be putting the pattern together, not putting the pattern together, but getting the fabrics ready for another bear that's hopefully I can do this in this upcoming week. All right, when it comes to my scrap projects, I did make one crumb block. I'm not sure if I showed this last week, but I was doing a little bit of crumb work, and I finished one block. So after I made the pieces of My Heart Quilt, I didn't work on crumbs for a while. This is the first block in this new batch that I'm doing. So that's done. I only got one string block done this week, and here it is. Again, these are on like just regular copy paper as a foundation. They're cut to 8.5-inch squares. My crumb block is 10 inches, but the string blocks are 8.5 for a project. I do have the pattern in mind, so I have specific numbers of light blocks and dark blocks. This is actually a dark block, but it has one light strip in it because it was binding from the polyester quilt, and so it had colored fabric and then one neutral fabric on it. So just one string block this week. The only other thing is my pillow. If you follow my channel, you probably have already seen the tutorial for this pillow. This is a Tumbling Blocks pattern that I'm making, or that I made as like a practice for when I make my son's graduation quilt, which is also going to be the Tumbling Blocks. I used the mini rhombus template from Missouri Star Quilt Company, and so I started with a 2.5-inch strip and then cut my pieces from that 2.5-inch strip. There are two other sizes as well. I haven't taken the paper off the back because I haven't used these yet, but these just say rhombus. They don't say mini or micro or anything like that. This one does say 5-inch. I think it means 5-inch strip, but I'm not sure. This one, I think you can use a 5-inch strip to get your blocks, and I haven't decided which one of these I want to use yet for my Tumbling Blocks quilt for my son. Still thinking it over, not sure what to do yet, but I think this week will be the week of planning this out, drawing it out so that I can see what it's gonna look like. But anyway, back to this pattern. I really love this pillow. I put a 20-inch pillow in it, but the panel was only 18 inches by 18.5, and I didn't quite sew it straight, and so you see like a little bowing in there or whatever. Okay, it has the envelope closure, so you can just take the pillow out to wash it. And this was just, the backing was just some fabric that I had. I'm sure it was gifted to me because this is not my normal style of fabric. But I have this on the back, and I actually accidentally sat on this pillow, like I leaned against it. It's pretty comfortable. So I'm happy with the way it turned out. I'm not sure if I'll be making other decorative pillows like this, but it's definitely a possibility. So as I said before, upcoming for this week, I'm going to make another bear. It's going to be this same fabric, but I think I'm going to use a different contrasting fabric. Starting the plans for the graduation quilt, the Tumbling Blocks quilt, and then there may be some other planning I need to do as far as finishing up, or like finishing out a quilt top that I started. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends. Also let me know what you're working on for this upcoming week. Let me know that in the comments as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!